Hey guys, my name is Nick and welcome to Watch This Now. Satanic Panic is a comedic horror film exclusively streaming on Shudder. In this fan favorite, Sam is a young woman who takes a job as a pizza delivery driver, and having the worst first day ever, she finds herself taking her last delivery to a very wealthy neighborhood. But Sam spends a little bit too much time trying to get a tip out of these elitists, a character motivation I have never related to more, and unfortunately for Sam, these are not just rich people, but rich Satanists, and they have their eyes on the virginal Sam to be their next ritual sacrifice. For those who are unaware, Satanic Panic is the term used to describe the mass hysteria of the 1980s when people actually believed that there were suburbanite cults that were trying to poison the minds of the youth with slasher films into heavy metal. I'm honestly kind of surprised because of this that they didn't set this movie in the 80s and lean into that 80s aesthetic, because we have seen so much throwback to 80s horror over the last few years. It's been very popular, so maybe it was the smart thing for them to not go with the trendy move, but I'm honestly all about an aesthetic. Make it look like a furniture store commercial come to life up in here. But I find the subject matter of Satanic Panic so fascinating, I could use about 50 more of these movies. What makes Satanic Panic so special to me personally is because I am very critical about horror comedies. Oftentimes I just find that when you inject so much humor into a horror film, it really takes away all of the stakes and everything just feels silly. It's very hard to find that balance in movies like Scream or Cabin in the Woods, movies that happen to be intense and scary, but also pretty hilarious. And somehow Satanic Panic happens to join the ranks of those few that really work for me. The film has a humorous tone throughout, but there are plenty of gory shenanigans and legitimate danger to keep things interesting throughout the runtime. The other aspect of the film that I really enjoyed was the way that our villains are so fully formed. I see so many horror films with cults or witches or what have you, people that are messing with the dark arts, and so often I don't feel like I see them using those powers to their potential. You know how many times you see a horror film and you're like, wait a minute, isn't that person magic? Why are they letting this character get away or whatever? I really like that in Satanic Panic they use these different spells and voodoo dolls and sacrifices and all these different things to really great effect. There are plenty of demonic sequences that border on being both hilarious and disturbing, and they flesh out our villains as these truly threatening figures. It's an overall fun movie, but the horrors are totally on display. It's like if a season of American Horror Story was actually good. Narratively, Satanic Panic is not reaching for the stars, and that is a problem for me. However, when you look at a concept movie and you look at that concept on paper, you try and think of how well it could be executed in a full film. And I have to say, Satanic Panic really does it right. This is a fun movie where you have a strong main character running through this neighborhood, going in and out of houses with all kinds of new different horrors within each one. I just had such a good time watching it. But I do feel the need to justify my grade before I give it, because this is a very simple and effective script. It is an interesting idea with an interesting message. However, it doesn't use that idea to explore its message in a way that is unique to this film that I haven't seen before. I also have a really unfair criticism that I have to just be honest about, because I see plenty of low-budget horror and I give it a pass. And again, comedy horror, it just doesn't always work for me, but while I overall thought the special effects in the film were well done, just some of the presentation and some of the sequences themselves, it all just felt a little bit cheap to me. I have to be honest, it just didn't fully work as well as I would like to. But again, I've seen plenty of low-budget horror, plenty of worse low-budget horror, but I do have to give it to director Chelsea Stardust for making whatever budget work and stretch it as well as she did, because this is easily one of the most entertaining horror comedies in recent history. I'm gonna give Satanic Panic a 3 out of 5. This was genuinely surprising to me. I just didn't think that this was totally going to work for me, and it just seemed like it was kind of basic. But honestly, I have to say, this is one of the best exclusive titles streaming on Shudder, so get on there and watch it. What did you guys think of Satanic Panic? Let me know in the comments below. I'm always happy to hear those opinions. Thank you so much for watching this video. Double thank you if you made it this far in the video, because no one does. Feel free to comment, "I survived the Satanic Panic movie review." But like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to watch this now, because that's all for this video, but I won't stop you from watching another.